Okay, so if the title of the video didn't give it away already, this video is about why I think all knife defense videos on YouTube about how to defend yourself against a knife are a complete load of rubbish. And before some of you shoot me down and tell me that I'm wrong, I've been training in martial arts for over 30 years. Many of those we have done training with knives. We've done knife seminars. I've been all over the world training with different people, different knife seminars. I've been teaching for over 20 years. On occasion, I've been drafted in to help teach the army, some of whom were special forces or ex-special forces or being recruited into the special forces. And I'm here to tell you that knife defense just doesn't work, at least not unless you are absolutely the elite trained force, part of the special forces, and you simply have no choice but to use hand-to-hand combat. Now, I can tell you from all the years of training that I've done, I didn't get these 6 Dan stripes on my belt without putting in the hard work over 30 odd years of training in various martial arts. This happens to be for Taekwondo, but I've also trained in Judo, I've trained in Aikido, in Shaolin Kung Fu, which was a Sanshou variety, from a 34th generation fighting disciple of the Shaolin Temple. We trained for 4 hours a day, every single day, except with 1 day off. So with all of the training that I've done, I can tell you that all of the knife defense videos on YouTube on how to defend yourself against a knife are total rubbish. The bottom line is, if someone is attacking you with a knife, eventually you are going to get stabbed. The only thing you can possibly hope to do by trying to defend yourself against a knife is to delay getting stabbed. The only way you can avoid getting stabbed is run away and get out of the area as quickly as possible. Or if they are intent on taking your wallet, to give them the wallet. Because if they are intent on stabbing you, if you don't give them the wallet, then guess what? You're going to get stabbed unless they get the wallet. Now, it really worries me when I see some videos that say you just put an arm out and use it as some kind of shield against the attacker's arm whilst they are trying to stab you with the knife. This is simply not going to work, because even if you put your arm in the way and someone is trying to stab you with the knife, they are going to cut your arm and they're going to come around you and they are going to get you eventually. One video, I'm not going to name and shame, but one video said that it will take your attacker 5 seconds to realize that you've got your arm in the way. But that's just simply not true. 5 seconds is a long time in a fight. Most fights actually end up on the ground within 3 seconds because everybody gets hyped up, emotional, frustrated, exhilarated even because of the oxygen that is rushed into your blood and into your brain. And you get this kind of euphoria, a chemical euphoria when you're fighting. And you lose track of what's going on, but then therefore you lose control of your legs. And most fights, if you're not used to fighting, will end up on the floor within 3 seconds, not 5 seconds. If someone really thinks you can stave off an attacker with a knife for 5 seconds just by having your arm out straight and solid, let's do a rough count and see how long that is. There is really no way any attacker with a knife is going to be delayed for that long to catch up with their brain as to what's going on. In fact, quite the reverse. The attacker is going to react very much more quickly. If they see something happening, if they see an arm in the way, they are going to react instantly. They're going to come around the arm and they are just going to overcome you. Now, let me tell you a little story about a knife seminar that I went to many, many years ago, in which there was a few of us that came from another club, and we were invited on to participate and to help teach this knife seminar. Now, it didn't go according to their plan, because their plan was to show how that various knife self-defense techniques worked. Now, of course, they don't, and we don't believe that they do. Now, the way that this was set up was that they got lots of children around, and it was to help the children learn how to defend themselves against a knife. Now, of course, we didn't believe, as instructors, we could not wholeheartedly teach these children to think that they can defend themselves against a knife in these scenarios. So what we did instead is we sent someone off to buy aprons, white chef's aprons and red marker pens. You can probably see where this is going. So we gave each of the participants a white chef's gown and a red marker pen for the other person that was doing the attacking, and obviously we swapped around. Now, with all of the different techniques that were taught and practiced and trained and everything else, you can guess what happened by the end of it. These white gowns had red marks all across in different directions, every which way you could think. And this wasn't just for the children, this was for the adults as well that were taking part. There were red marks all over these people by the end of that session. Now, what do you think was the conclusion that everybody that attended that so-called knife seminar left with? They left with the conclusion that this stuff just doesn't work. And it doesn't work. So take it from me, if you are confronted with someone who has a knife, please don't try to defend yourselves against it. Either surrender what they have and let your insurance cover it later, or you're just down a few £100 in your insurance excess fee. But think nothing more of it and walk away knowing that you walk away alive, well, and with everything intact. If you can run away, then absolutely run away. But in my view, the only people that should be fighting someone else that has a knife is left to the special forces that have absolutely no choice, because that is literally their job. I'd be interested to hear your comments down below, but please keep it polite, and thanks for watching.